What's going on, everybody? I'm Aaliyah Michelle.
And I'm Purple, and this is Cocktails and Convo
with Purple.
and Lee.
So, welcome back, y'all.
First of all,
I guess that's
welcome back, y'all. Welcome back.
We all welcome back.
So first and foremost, we're not drinking on this episode because
No.
we drank a lot last night. So
Absolutely.
I got some water because I definitely need it. Lee, you good?
I'm fine.
Oh,
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry and I'm like a little hungover. We was drinking tequila,
Patron, yeah.
and I'm not a tequila drinker, so yeah. But all right, let's get into these questions. You want to go first? Or you want me to go?
You can go.
All right. Do you beat your child, and did you get beat or whipped as a child?
I did get beat and whipped as a child.
Okay.
I can't really remember every beating, but I'm pretty sure I probably deserved it. So, yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did too.
Definitely.
I definitely got my ass
Definitely.
whipped. I think most of it was from acting up in school. Because out of school, like, I really didn't do anything to get beat. Like, I'm trying to think.
See, for me, it was the opposite. Like, I was a really good student. Like, I was
a good student grade-wise,
No.
but behavior-wise.
I was quiet.
Oh, no.
I ain't never acted up in school. I ain't never get in trouble. But coming home and being around like my brothers and sisters, especially my sister, we like really close in age.
Mm.
So messing around with her, we
used to get
get
in
a lot of
trouble.
our beatings together because we used to always be doing shit. So.
See, and I'm the only child. I never had any siblings, so I never had to worry about that. I'm trying to think at home. I think the only thing I would ever get beat for is if I was like disrespectful, but I was scared of all my elders, so I wouldn't even like try them. Like, not my mom, not my grandma, not my aunts. Like, I never really stepped out of line when it came to that. Maybe like when I was little, I used to get popped for like touching stuff I wasn't supposed to touch and stuff like that. But my full blown beat was most of the time from like stuff I did in school. So, do you beat your child?
I try not to. Like, that's not my go-to
Right.
with him.
Okay.
I try to have little conversations with him, talk to him. But once I get to the point where I feel like it's a repetitive conversation, then yeah.
Yeah, I remember like popping and spanking them when they was little. Now that they're older, I'll still be like, they kind of know what to do and what not to do. They like know what would get them a beating and what won't, so they don't really like cross that line. I think after like 10, they've been pretty, like, I'm not gonna say they perfect and they're angels, but they don't do anything that warrants a beating. Yeah, so. But if they did, I would definitely whip that ass.
Alright. Your significant other says they no longer love you romantically, but still care for you as a friend. You're otherwise happy with the relationship. Would you continue it?
No. Like, if you don't love me romantically, then why would I continue a relationship with you? That don't make sense.
No, I wouldn't continue.
Now, would you be friends with them?
No.
No. So you completely cut ties?
Yeah, because I just feel like too many lines already got crossed for us to be able to go backwards and just be friends. Like, maybe eventually, years down the line, once everything kind of faded away, maybe. But I'm not friends with any of my exes.
I feel like we could be cool. Like, if I saw you out and about, I wouldn't like ignore you. But
yeah, I don't think friends.
I don't think we could be friends. Like, I think friends is kind of pushing it. Like, I don't know you no more. Want to go to the movies tomorrow?
Yeah, I just feel like it would be weird to try to.
Want to hear about this new girl that I'm dating? Like, no. Alright, what is the definition of a trauma bond, and what advice would you give to someone who has one?
A trauma bond to me, is basically you and a person only have this relationship based off something that y'all both went through either together or something that y'all can relate to that y'all been through. That's kind of like a toxic situation.
Right.
Like, I actually got that question. Remember I told you I was watching but the way it was referring to friendship, toxic friendship.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the time, trauma bonds can be relationships too. Like,
yeah.
Besides the fact that y'all went through all this together, what do y'all really have?
Mm-hmm.
It's
I think a big trauma bond is death. Like if you're in a relationship and one of y'all experience like a death in the family or a friend,
or even
it's like you feel it's like kind of like guilt. Like you feel like even though you don't want to be with that person anymore, you feel like you're kind of obligated to stay with them because yeah. So it's just like it's holding you together. That's the bond part of it, and then the trauma is like I said, whatever y'all went through, whether it's death or it could be like they could get really sick while y'all together.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't want to leave, or y'all could have gotten into a car accident together and somebody really got hurt. So you feel guilty leaving,
but you know
even though you really don't want to be in a relationship anymore. Yeah. Yeah.
So what advice would you give to somebody that's going through a trauma bond? That's trying to break away from a trauma
bond? I think it's like a Band-Aid. You just gotta
rip it off.
Yeah, like if you really don't want to be there, you gotta put your feelings to the side. I mean, that's even with like without the trauma bond. Like sometimes you could really care for somebody, really love somebody, but the relationship isn't healthy. Yeah. So like you kind of just gotta rip it off and go your separate ways. Like don't wish them no ill will or anything, but it's clearly because if you stay in that, like how happy are you gonna be? Like
that's true.
Really?
Yeah, I would say the same thing.
Yeah.
Like just you gotta walk away. You gotta choose yourself because that's basically you're still entertaining the trauma bond if you sitting here still worried about what this person gonna do, what this person gonna say if you leave. Like at this point, it's not about them; it's about what you want. Yeah, so if you don't really want to be there, then you gotta get away. Your best friend admits to often fantasizing about you and your significant other and asks for a threesome. How would you respond?
My best friend?
Your best friend admits to often fantasizing about you and your significant other and asks for a threesome.
First of all, I feel like if you're fantasizing about my significant other at all, it's a problem. Like, it would be flattering that you trying to freak us, but it's like, why are you fantasizing about, like, what? That's...
So it says they're fantasizing about y'all, so maybe they thinking about y'all having sex.
No, that's still not okay.
That's what they think.
No, that's still not okay. Like, no. Why is that something you... Like, I don't even think, like... Ew! Like, I don't know.
I don't think about letting my friends have sex.
Never! Like, even, like, when my friends... Like, especially if you in a full-blown relationship, keep that to yourself. I don't... Now, I'm not going to say, like, friends don't share experiences and stuff, but once I get serious with somebody, I'm not telling you about my sex. I don't want you thinking about my sex.
So what if you never even
I don't want you
them?
Fantasizing about my sex.
But crazy, what if you never even told them about the sex?
That makes it worse.
So after they ask for a threesome, and you, what if you say no? Like how? Like would you be okay with like continue? Because it's like once you know that your best friend is fantasizing about you and significant other,
and it's like, not like if you say no, it's just a switch go off and they don't fantasize about it anymore.
Yeah,
like
it's like what the
that probably make it worse saying no. Now they gonna really think about like, damn, is it that good? She don't want to share. Like, what would you do?
It's definitely gonna be a no. Like threesomes, I feel like should be with a random stranger on vacation, that type of thing, and not somebody that I would have to see every day. So no.
So, but like, where do you think like you and your friends' friendship stand after that?
We can still be friends. It would just always kind of be like in the back of my mind, like this is kind of weird. Like you fantasize, like I don't want to know. If you fantasize about me having sex, I don't think I'm ready for that type of truth.
See, for me, all that would kind of put the thought in my mind, like, do you want my man though? Like,
she want both of y'all.
That's
she wants the package deal.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'll be okay with it.
Yeah. But I mean. Yeah, no. I'm trying to think of like a scenario where like I could be with it, but
no, I wouldn't want to have a threesome with none of my friends.
Cause like you said, like, cause then you, like the recovery from that is just like awkward.
No, I'm not having a threesome with my friends.
Alright, so one of the things we're gonna start doing at the end of each episode is our I Hate It When segment. So, Lee, what's yours for this episode?
I hate it when I share an idea with somebody and they immediately start like tearing it down. Like, you ever had somebody be like, oh yeah, I'm thinking about doing this. Oh, you better not do that because I did this, and they start sharing their experience. Like, okay, but I want to do this. I didn't ask for your negative experiences. I didn't ask for your advice.
Alright, cool.
I'm just,
How you gonna do it? What's your
yeah,
plan?
like I'm sharing my idea. Like, if you don't have nothing nice to say, then don't say it.
Alright, so I hate it when you ask someone a clear question and their response is, what you mean?
Yo, that's
Like, how can I more explain what I'm saying? Like, if I'm talking to somebody and I'm like, oh, well, what you do after work? What you mean? Like, what did you do after work? Like, how do you explain that question? It's a very simple question. Or like, they be like, what you talking about? Like, why don't you understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know,
I
like,
feel like
how.
people respond like that. They either getting caught in something and they really don't want to answer the question. Because what the fuck you mean? What you mean? What did you do after work? Oh, I went home. I took a shower. I laid down. I watched TV.
Right.
I chilled with the kids.
Right.
Anything. The fuck
It's
you mean?
very
What you
simple.
mean?
It's very simple. I hate when I ask people like simple questions and they don't like. And I feel, you know what? I feel like sometimes it's either that or they like really don't understand, which like makes
That's
me
weird.
more frustrated. Like,
Yeah, like how do you not understand that question? Yeah, I'm not good with
you
these.
smoking too much, you had a couple of drinks.
Something.
Yeah. But all right, y'all, that's it for this episode. Thanks everybody for sticking in there and waiting for us. Our schedule's been all over the place, but we back in the groove.
Trying to get back to it.
Yeah. So make sure you follow us on Instagram.
Yes, Cocktails and Convo with 2 S's. Make sure y'all follow us on YouTube, Cocktails and Convo with 2 S's.
And we also have the Facebook group,
Yes.
Cocktails and Convo with 2 S's.
If y'all have any suggestions for what y'all want us to talk about, topics, drink suggestions.
If you would like to be a guest, because we're doing that too.
Yes, let us know. Email us at, is it
Cocktails and Convo with 2 S's at gmail.com.